This week we built our kids an indoor playhouse for Christmas. In the winter in Alaska, our kids spend a lot of time indoors, and there's really no way around it. Anything that we can keep the kids away from, like iPads, electronics, watching movies, and just get them to use their imaginations, to play, to exercise, to run around, to create a home that's a haven for other kids to come and play. That's what I want for my home.
So 3 years ago, Anna had a wild idea 3 days before Christmas that we would build this playhouse for the kids downstairs in the other house that we lived in.
It was kind of crazy. We had to keep the kids out, keep the door shut. We worked a lot of long, late hours. We kept it really simple. It was all 2x4s and plywood, and there wasn't any pre-finishing. So it went really fast, and we were able to get it done by Christmas morning. And let me tell you, that indoor playhouse with the monkey bars and the different rooms and the loft areas and stuff, that was the best thing that we've ever done for our kids. In fact, our son likes it so much, he says he prefers the old house over the new house because of the playhouse. So when we're building this house, I knew we had to find a spot for an indoor playhouse somewhere. And we were framing up the kids' bedrooms. It just happened that the closets, how they were designed, they had like a 16-foot tall ceiling in the closets. And I said to Jacob, I said, why have these beautiful tall ceilings inside the closet? Let's cap the closet off at like 7 feet, and then on top of that, eventually we can build a playhouse.
It was a perfect space for definitely entertaining, something for a playhouse, and why not put it in?
It's pretty cool up here. I can't believe we were able to find this little space that would otherwise been wasted, and look how beautiful the roof is. So I think the kids are going to love it. I'm not really sure if we're going to box it in or we're going to put railing on it. It's going to be a reading nook or a secret hideout. I'm not really sure. So we're going to get started working on the playhouse, but I want to take a second to kind of get a design plan, and I want to show you what that looks like. So what we started with is this big white chunk is the closets, and then these are the beams, and this is kind of the tongue and groove ceiling that's in there. And what I'm thinking is going to work best is we'll build these two panels in the garage, and what they basically are is just a 2x4 frame. And then we have some old siding left over from a house project, and we'll just put that siding on the outside. So we'll build those in the garage, finish them, because it's a finished space. I don't want to be bringing wet paint upstairs. Finish it in the garage, bring those panels upstairs, and then put them in place. So once we get the two side panels in place, we'll just come onto the front, and it's going to be a little bit complicated because the beams and the ceiling, and there's a lot to work with there. But I figure if we just build the front wall framed in 2x4s, and then we can add some 2x4 cleats to the ceiling and maybe bring some 2x4 verticals up so that we have something to nail to. From there we can just throw siding on all of it. Sorry, the siding will look better when we're done. We just throw siding on the front of it, and that will finish out the playhouse. And from there we just add the trim, so like trim around the corners and the base, around the windows, make it look nice. And so that'll do the playhouse section of it. I want to add a little deck out front. I just think that would be really adorable. So we have a bunch of scrap 2x4s left over from a project, and I was thinking just make it real simple, and we'll try to build it in sections. We'll pre-finish it in the garage and then just bring it up in sections and assemble it up there. Where were you?
Outside.
What are you doing outside?
Not playing.
We got started by framing out the 2x4 sidewalls. we size the top here so that siding goes on perfect right over the window. So we got the two walls up, and what we're going to do is take this section, I'm going to build this front in sections. So Micah built this section and it'll go in between the beams. We can start there and then we'll just fill in. So we got the framing done for the front, and we're going to take the pre-painted siding and just start nailing it up.
It's the darkest day of the year in Alaska, but from here on out, we're gaining daylight, we're going the other way. What are you doing? Huh? Are you eating chocolate?
Yes.
Let me see.
He was shoving handfuls.
You got chocolate in your mouth.
Next piece is going to be a little tricky. That looks like a fun one to cut. Impossible to get around those beams. Okay, we're going to try it in two pieces now. Just like siding a house. What is this, day 3, Micah, of the playhouse?
What's that?
Day 3?
Yep.
Day 1 was the walls, day 2 was the siding in the front, and now we're on day 3 and we're going to finish the trim out. So we're going to do the windows first. We're just going to put 2x2s in there that we pre-painted. And then we're going to trim out the corners, the door, and we're going to do the deck railing. I just used 2x2s inset in the window opening. That finishes out the window opening, and also I put a center 2x2 just to make it a little safer so kids can't accidentally fall out the windows.
Kids are super excited to get up there, but they kind of see the process going on of what's happening, but they don't actually know what's up there yet. So I think they're ready to be playing it.
Getting the railing up.
You know, whenever Anna jumps in and does something, it's 110%, and I can tell you the design of this little playhouse and where it goes and the functionality of it in the rooms is top notch, and it's really going to be a fun place for the kids to go play. And it blends in really nice with the room and the house. It kind of just goes with the upstairs.
We're excited to have our first Christmas in our new house, and it's wonderful to have a little bit of space to have a nice Christmas tree and just have family over. We're going to have another Christmas party. So lots planned for us, and of course we're going to let the kids up into the new playhouse on Christmas morning.
It's going to be exciting to see them, go up there and actually see their faces when they see it.
So we want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and thank you for trusting us with furniture plans this year. And we hope to see lots of you in 2018. Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year. See ya.
This is my pole barn garage where you park your car. This is my lean-to.
This is where you cross the river. This where you walk over here to the marshmallow. This where you come over here. And over here. And then jump over here.
What is that?
And then they sleigh.
This is the present I got from my mom. I'm gonna go put it under the tree.
Look guys, these little baby socks that are purple.